All right, we are back from the break, and I think the party has come to a decision about the Octave Arcane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, during the break, we decided to buy lots of birch bark.
Okay.
After there's plenty of oak bark, but not birch bark.
Well, you turn the birch bark into tar, and then you can chew on it.
Ugh, that sounds. They would get stuck in your teeth.
So for the viewers, I figured I'd just mention this before getting back in from the break. I always ask, is everyone ready to get back in? And it always, inevitably, invariably, kicks off a little discussion about something completely unrelated to literally everything else.
Well, hang on there.
And it's continuing right here.
I was like, yeah, we're ready to kick ass and chew bubblegum. There's no bubblegum in D&D. That left off to a tangent.
I'm not putting the blame on anyone because it happens all the time and it's always different things that sets it off.
I think we need to play D&D now.
You enjoy it when we go stupid.
Well, yeah, but in game. When it has the chance of actually getting your characters killed. I do enjoy that. Anyway, so Ockar, you were I think the party has agreed that you'll go visit the Octave Arcane?
Yeah, I believe that's the case.
Okay. Does anyone want to say or do anything before he goes?
I was planning on doing the whole disguise thing again, using the disguise if Lafdul will let me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think...
We're doing this same shtick as before.
Braxon would have...
Basically.
Braxon would have told him about the half-orc lady.
Has Finn changed his form already today?
I can change it. I can change it more than once a day too. Just only once per category.
Okay, so you can go as a parrot with Ockar.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good idea.
Is that all bird form? So you can be like a seagull or something, or a gull.
Right.
No. I will.
Ockar with pet seagull.
It had to be a seagull.
At least make it a bird of prey then. Eagle.
That would be way fancy.
A falcon.
You can have a hunting falcon.
If we want to Finnel'ar be able to talk with them, he would have to be the parrot. Or some other bird that can...
That and parrots would be much more common.
Yeah.
I guess a raven could be cool too. Would fit with the whole Norse thing.
Am I doing the whole invisibility? I mean, Leva's still invisible unless she broke it.
She didn't.
So
she can't recognize other. She has no detect invisibility anymore.
Yes, it just happens. I'm just here to convey with my telepathy to you in case you thought of something, and I can convey it back to Ockar.
Okay.
It's having more people in a conversation outside of the room, so to speak. So I will make myself invisible, and when he obviously starts initiating, let's say the conversation's about to start, I will cast telepathy on him.
So that you do not lose each other, you have to basically walk hand in hand.
Pretty much.
We'll do that. It doesn't hurt, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Ockar and Finn, were you going as a parrot?
Yes.
Okay. So, Ockar, you don the hat of disguise. What kind of disguise are you making for yourself?
I think I'm gonna look different than last time.
Okay.
I'm going to go with long black hair and kind of more rugged look.
Okay.
If I had to explain that,
For me.
No, for you can have.
In our on black.
If I had to explain, I guess I'd at least face-wise, I'd kind of. Have you played Final Fantasy X?
I have, yeah.
I'd kind of make my face and such look kind of like Jecht from Final Fantasy X,
Okay.
and then I'd just have like the same kind of armor and stuff that I had the last time.
All right. Okay. So. Finn, were you gonna go like perched on his shoulder, or were you gonna like fly in alongside, or what?
I'll perch on his shoulder.
Okay. All right, and then Lafdul and Leva follow after invisibly. All right, so you make your way down the docks, and their hammer ship is in essentially dry dock right now because it's getting repaired. And hold on a second, let me see if I wrote down what it looked like. So it's a hammer ship. It's painted kind of a deep blue lapis lazuli shade and has silver trim. And you kind of you give it a couple minutes outside trying to identify a crew member. And how do you want to approach them when you see someone that you think is not just a regular crew, but an officer type person?
Braxon would have told you about that whole folk lady.
You can roll etiquette
I'm gonna roll etiquette.
to see.
Okay.
Give me a second. Oh, that failed.
Okay. That's just a failure. It doesn't mean that you will screw this up. It just means that you may not know the best way of approaching them. You can definitely see that these are not natives to this sphere. You don't believe that they're natives to Brawl Space. So you're not sure where many of them are from, and that's kind of what's, you're like, well, since I don't know exactly where they're from, I don't know what specific forms I should use. So now you can just fall back on normal role-playing.
Okay.
Do you want to like give it a couple minutes and try to identify some officers kind of thing?
I'll give it a few minutes and try to identify
It's my
anybody
spell
who looks
been
like they're in charge.
Lafdul, no. I figured you were waiting until...
Yeah, until he's going away outside of range, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, or like until he starts approaching.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there a concern that you need to have about when you cast it?
No.
Okay.
It's 30 yards.
Okay. All right. So, give me a wisdom check, Ockar.
Okay. That would be wisdom. Okay, you have to get below a 15. Well, that's certainly below a 15.
That's pretty good. Okay. With just a short amount of scanning, it actually looks like quite a few officers are around right now. You see who is clearly the captain, a tall woman with clearly outsphere clothing. You haven't seen its type before. Like leather boots, vest sort of thing. She's got a hand crossbow, which you have not seen very often on people. Kind of like on her belt. She has a rapier as well. Definitely giving off a very skilled, the vibes you're getting off of her are of a skilled warrior. very able to handle herself in a fight, and she looks like the type who would almost like dance around her opponents rather than, like you rely on your armor kind of thing, She obviously relies on dexterity and such. You see as well a gnomish woman on deck as well, wearing some sort of robes. There's another woman about average height, and she's got a harp strapped to her, like in a case strapped to her, in a case like hanging off of her shoulder kind of thing. And they're in a conversation up on deck, and standing around them, you see the half-orc that Braxon mentioned. And she is wearing armor that's very unusual. It's both practical and impractical, because it's practical in that it would definitely protect her against any blows that landed on the armor, but it's also armor that is not fully covering her in that. In fact, give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
He's got the armoring proficiency.
Yeah. In fact, actually,
I'd have a higher chance on the intelligence check.
yeah, go with that then. Okay. You have actually seen this type of armor before. That is a sort of armor, not that you've seen gladiatorial games before, but you've seen some people, some escaped slaves from gladiatorial arenas on other worlds, and this is that type of armor. This woman, you're pretty sure, in the way that she carries herself, you're pretty sure she was once a gladiator.
Okay.
There is also a halfling standing nearby, kind of foppishly dressed. And a kind of standing away from them is an elven warrior, completely covered in mail. He's got even a mail coif, and he's not involved in the conversation, but just there ready to respond. Yeah, it is elven chain. It is elven mail.
Okay. And okay, so I think I'm going to walk over to the ship and direct my attention to the woman with the rapier, since they seem, from what I can guess, they look like to be the one that's in charge.
Yes.
And I'll say,
yeah, she's clearly the captain.
ahoy there! Is this the Octave Arcane?
She looks over to you from the conversation that she was having, and kind of walks over to the railing of the ship and calls down to you. Indeed it is. Can I help you?
You're adventurers, yes? I was hoping to speak business.
We are searching for the Spelljammer, yes. If you've heard of us, then our reputation has gone farther than I thought. Yes, do come up on deck.
Okay, I'll head up onto the deck.
Okay. There's clearly repairs going on in the vessel right now.
I guess I'll cast telepathy now.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Do you mind if we discuss this in private? I'd rather not have prying eyes.
The half-orc kind of steps forward and not menacing, but kind of a whoa kind of movement. But she, waves her back and kind of looks at the others. You see the woman with the harp. She's got long, light brown, almost blonde hair, and she gives a little nod, and the captain says, "Yes, I'm the captain of this vessel, Priasant. Do come below decks. We can talk there."
I nod and follow after.
Okay. And so she and the entire group goes below decks, and in the process, another young woman who is wearing. You don't know how you missed her before, considering her clothing, but you did not see her before. But she is quite beautiful, but also dressed in outfits that emphasize that, while also being very easy to move in. You can tell she actually has two wheel-lock pistols slipped into her belt, and is wearing kind of a normal sailor's tricorn cap kind of thing. And you're not exactly sure where she was before, but you did not see her until she joins the group down below decks. And you're kind of taken into a salon area, a room for relaxation and, off-duty conversations, games, card games, that sort of thing. Lafdul, a bit. Almost distractingly beautiful, you'd say. But they kind of... She takes a seat, she offers you a seat, and most of the others kind of arrange themselves around standing up, but the woman with the harp also sits nearby. And the captain, Priasant, she quickly introduces her the other crew members that are with her. She introduces the gnome as Gadra Violetstone. She's introduced as a helmsman. The woman with the harp is introduced as Alia, the first officer. And she doesn't give, positions for the others, but the half-orc is named Galona. The halfling is Pellinor. The elf is Chandrasakar. And the woman that you hadn't seen before is Theoskeen. And you notice, pointed ears coming up through her hair, indicating that she's a half-elf. And
Okay.
she kind of waits for you to introduce yourself.
I take off the hat to reveal my...
Do you announce that you're doing that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, well, first, let me take off this my did I say disguise or what?
You say, yeah, you would say that.
Yeah, first let me just
Mike.
take off this disguise. I say as I take off the hat to show my true appearance.
You just change yourself back. You don't have to take it off.
Yeah, I'll just change myself back. My name is Ockar Steinbjornson.
You could still take off the hat, though, because that would do that.
Yeah, I'll take
and
off the hat and place it on the table.
Indicate pretty clearly that is magic that is doing that.
Yeah, I'll take off the hat and place it on the table.
Okay.
My name is Ockar. I'm a paladin of Tyr from Brawl Space.
At your doffing of your the cap, the half-orc Galona kind of steps forward with a grunt. She places her hand on the hilt of her short sword, but the captain Priasant kind of waves her back, and you see that the first officer also gives her a bit of a a look. You'd put that as kind of a reassuring look. To be fair, you you've kind of evaluated many of the members here already, and you definitely think that you could take some of them individually in a fight, maybe even two of them. But obviously, all of these in this room at once, if you were going to do something, they would definitely win the day.
I gotcha.
Priasant just kind of like, quirks her eyebrow at that and says, "An interesting bit of magic, that. I've seen it sort before."
Yes, I was just borrowing it from a friend of mine because I did not want Stern Eye seeing me as I traveled through port.
Indeed. I take it that has something to do with the reason you've come?
Yes. I'm sure you've heard of the pirate, Red Njord.
I've heard somewhat of him, yes.
I've come to the sphere trying to hunt him down. He is a relative of mine.
Yes, I can imagine that having such as a relative would be quite a blight on your honor as a paladin.
Yes. And from what my companions and I have learned, that he has a spy on the docks here in what's the name of this world again?
Reorks.
Here on Reorks. So I've been taking precautions to disguise myself in case he were to report that I'm here.
She nods at that.
Now, for the reason why I've come, I wanted to see if the Octave Arcane would be willing to assist us if we were to discover where the pirates are based, to help us capture them.
You wouldn't happen to know if they have any particular information on the Spelljammer itself, would you?
I do not, but I was hoping that if we were to capture them alive, we would give you a share of the reward as payment.
That sounds fair.
And a share of the loot as well.
We do always need additional funds to keep up our search. So you do not know at this time where they're located?
No, we're currently disguising our vessel as a merchant ship, and we're planning to try to lure them to us.
Understandable. What part would you see us playing in that?
Well, if we were to... Well, we've already talked with this... Okay. The idea is that if we end up discovering where they're based, we would come find you along with the Star Knights who we've already talked to work together along with the company, the Chalice, to attack their base.
They've agreed?
Both groups have already said that they'd be willing to help, and the company, the Chalice, I believe, has said that they just do it for free.
That it sounds good. If they're already on board, it sounds that they have already deemed you trustworthy. I would, of course, need to discuss it with my companions here, but a share of the loot would not go amiss. It would, as I said, help us in our investigations. What do you know about them?
Okay, I know that they use an octopus ship. They've got what's the name of that that ooze thing that was electrified?
Plasmoid.
They have a plasmoid under their control.
I haven't encountered some of them before.
I know of several of their crew members, and I'll describe the ones that I know about.
Okay. At your mention of the plasmoid, and before describing the rest of them, she would ask, "Do you know if it is a Digleesh or a Delnoric?"
I don't know. Our cleric had used I think he called it thought capture on some
You would understand
survivors
it's
of
memory reading.
He used a memory reading spell from a ship that we had come across that had been attacked by them, and he had gotten memories of the plasmoid along with some other things, and I described some of the other odd things that they had that attacked the ship, including the thing that took out the mast.
Fair enough. Do go on and describe the rest. You can go ahead and just, say that you do
I'll
that.
tell her basically everything else I know.
Okay. She is definitely paying close attention to all the details that you give her. And most of the other members are too. A couple of them will speak up to ask questions. The elf Chandras Ockar seems keen to know, like their battle capabilities and things like that.
I tell them about the giant arrows, the minotaurs that they apparently have. Of
A flying creature we're not certain of.
The flying creature that we're not really sure what it is.
So they all listen intently to that. Like I said, a few others will have questions as well. Do you have any additional details, specific details that you want to share?
I basically just give them as much information as we've gotten so far to help them get a grasp of the situation.
Does that?
I mentioned how we only really know about the fighting capabilities of one of the crew members. That it was the best. It was like the one that was more friendly, the one that had the magic sword and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mentioned him in specific.
This is specifically one of Njord's friends who went off with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mentioned him in specific.
Okay.
You could ask... Could you ask them to tell the difference between plasmoids? Considering they know...
Can you tell me what the difference is between these plasmoids?
Yes. The Digleesh tend to be a bit larger, and for lack of a better term, gooier. The Delnorics, they like to create a harder coating of their gelatinous self around them. They tend to be more likely to use weapons and form limbs as well. And from my personal experience, I would suspect that is the one that your companion saw in the memory. They tend to be meaner.
Yes, I believe that's the case. As for the spy that's working in the port here, we have a strong reason to believe that they are a spellcaster from from Ansalon.
The halfling at this point kind of speaks up and kind of asks you some questions about what you know. And he says, I have some sources. I can ask around a little bit myself, surreptitiously, if you'd like. I might be able to find some information. How long do you plan to be in port?
How much longer are we going to be in port?
A couple of days.
I think just one more day.
We're going to be in port for another day, maybe two, if we can stretch it.
If we need to stretch it, rather.
If we need to, we can stay a little bit longer if we need to.
Yeah, he kind of waves that off. No need to stay longer than you planned. I can certainly see what I can come up with tonight.
that would be a big help. We were honestly running into quite a few dead ends trying to look into it ourselves.
Lafdul, did you share the name of the merchant?
Yeah, there's someone I was keeping an eye out for, and I'd say it's a new ship. Yeah, I'd mention it to him. Sard Bloodstone.
I guess I'd bring up that merchant then if Lathel thinks it's a good idea.
One of my companions, you could say, that is looking out for a person by the name of Sard Bloodstone. He has information I'm hoping to obtain off him.
One of my companions is who the surreptitious looking around as well. Has been looking for what was the first name again?
Sard.
Looking
Bloodstone.
into a starred bloodstone who might have information.
I know of him. I have not had any dealings with him. I believe he is known to sell, shall we say, illicit goods.
Oh, we were just hoping to get any useful information we could from him.
Purchase information.
Yeah, but that might
'Cause
be
it would
an
be
avenue
solid.
that you can look into as well.
Was that person we suspect might know the location of pirate ports?
Yeah,
No, he just this Sard person was the person when I was putting up a farce on where they might be able to tell me where they were selling all the stuff they're selling.
it was
when they're
basically as a suspicion
He's a
on
broker.
if he might know who the pirates have been selling their illicit goods to.
Yeah.
That would be reasonable. He is known to sell things that have not been lawfully acquired.
I'd be very thankful if you look into this for me, please.
I can definitely do that.
But yeah.
Pricent says, our ship should need another week or two of repairs, but do you have any magics that would be able to contact us if you needed our aid?
Well,
never said how the sending
we
works.
we have a spell, but that would require me bringing our wizard to come meet with you. It's I describe what Leva has described to me the sending spell works.
Yeah, you could just Lafdul, and Lafdul would say, whisper to Leva, how does your spell work? And I'd relay that.
Yeah.
'Cause
I basically
Leva's right
give
next
the
to me.
basic explanation of what Leva might tell me of how sending works.
Well, could you ask your wizard to visit us tomorrow? Perhaps that would be enough?
I will go and ask with her and see if she will. Do you want to meet at a tavern somewhere?
Just here on the vessel would probably be best.
Okay. I think we can do that. She might be coming in invisibly or with the head of disguise.
You know how wizards are.
You know-
I would say.
You know how some wizards can be.
The gnome speaks up. Oh, I have my fun with those such things as well.
But yeah.
You're an illusionist.
But yeah. We are part of an adventuring group ourselves, the Company of the Broken Sword.
You know she could come in now.
I could contact her and she could come in now if you want, though.
It might be best if she arrives separately, just so that there is no connection.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to ask about.
Ask them what they know, if they're willing to share any information.
Have you learned of any information yourself about these pirates in your travels? I'm sure you're a lot more well traveled in this sphere than us.
Not much specific about these pirates, but we have been to some less reputable ports. Do you know of any? Do you plan to visit any? I think you mentioned that you might be visiting one?
Yeah, like new haunts and stuff. I've got them. Let's see if I remember off the top of my head. The Munich has Black Hills and new haunts, and Ziflin has Thaldar.
Yeah, I'm
You could
basically
mention
going
those two.
to have Lafdul relay to me the information, and I'll just repeat it to them. The places we were thinking of looking.
Ah, yes, those would be good places to visit. If you do choose to do so, be very careful. They are rough and tumble, and not the nicest of places, shall we say. Not exactly a polite company.
No,
One-
look, it's perfectly
That's something.
normal.
I'm from the Rocket Brawl. That's something you get used to.
Fair enough.
Even Rocket Brawl has standards well above that.
It has some standards, but it's still a place that was founded by pirates originally.
One other possibility, there's a village of lizardmen on one of the moons of Zivlin Morgian. We visited there one time to see if they had any legends about the Spelljammer itself. They're by no means pirates or smugglers or anything like that. They mostly keep to themselves. But they have not found themselves particularly welcomed by certainly the ports on Kryn itself. Even here on Riorx and some of the other moons of Zivlin haven't exactly welcomed them. Many of their relatives in this sphere are not the types that are acceptable in the politer ports. They have been sort of forced to utilize some of the other ports. But as I said, they are not pirates or smugglers themselves. They might be a safer place to get some information if you'd like.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind, I say, as I relay the information back to Lafdul.
Okay, she'll give you enough information to find that village on the moon Morgian around Zivlin.
Yeah. I'll also
Wasn't-
I'll mention to them.
Was it the port that we discovered?
What was
It
the name
may
of that
have
one
been.
chip?
we discovered.
It may have
What was the
been.
name of that one chip? The Emerald thing.
Emerald
Emerald
Oakleaf.
Oh yeah. Most of the information we have gotten about the pirates was from finding the Emerald Oakleaf and helping the people out there.
Oh, I'm sure the survivors were quite happy to have been rescued.
Yeah.
I could ask them to, let news spread naturally, not from
Yeah,
here.
we'd rather let the news spread naturally, but I thought it's just a thing to mention.
Understandable.
And about your, we do have a way of tracking things, but it requires something that belongs to the person that we're tracking. It's a device of sorts that tracks an individual through the crystal spheres. But it only works if you have an object that belongs to the person.
You wouldn't happen to have such a thing.
And we don't have one that would belong to Red Njord unless you might have one.
No, we wouldn't. I'd be interested in discussing possibly purchasing such a thing after all this is said and done, however. If you'd be interested. That could be very useful in our search for the Spelljammer.
We can discuss it. But let's stick with the bit. But after the business at hand has been dealt with.
As I said, afterwards.
Yes. And thank you for this. Some of us are staying at, I say the end that we're staying at in town. If you need to come speak with us there, or we can just use sending as well. Whichever is most convenient.
All right, that works. The only remaining thing to discuss, my proposal would be if you involve the Star Knights, we would like 30% of whatever you find. And if you only choose to rely upon us, 45%. Is that acceptable to you?
I'll need to discuss this with my captain.
Fair enough.
This is like Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
I'm interested, but I want this percentage.
He's the one that makes the decisions when it comes to monetary things. You understand?
Understandable, and as I said, I will have to discuss with my companions to decide whether we are interested. But whether we'd be interested would be predicated on such agreement.
I understand. Well, I'm going to head back to my ship then and
Take the hat.
and tell them what is going on. I say as I pick up the hat and put it back on.
Lafdul will hunt you down if you lose that bloody hat.
I'm making sure to keep the hat. I got you nagging me in the back of my head, so I can't leave it.
Quite literally, actually.
She stands up as you prepare to leave and holds out her gloved hand to shake yours.
I shake her hand.
Shocking grasp.
This was when Ockar realizes that the captain of the Octave Arcane is the same lady that appeared as a dragon on our ship.
Oh, Jill. Nah. One of them might be the quiet one with the guns. That hasn't spoken up much.
Well, if we both agree, I look forward to a very enjoyable and entertaining pirate hunt with you.
Of course. And of course, and let's show them. Let's give them hell when we find them.
All right. So they escort you off their vessel, and you return to your ship.
Yeah, where I'm gonna go and tell Braxon the news and what they're asking as payment, and also that they're willing to help us look for the spy or any information in port.
Well, it's a group decision. It kind of sounds okay. If they want 30%, will we be giving 30% to the Star Knights as well?
It depends on, we're splitting depending on how many people actually join in on the venture.
The Star Knights said that they would be willing to make willing to talk payment. It was when we were actually going to go after them, right?
Yeah.
These guys have just been more upfront about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean is, if you're going to do something, you're probably going to want to be fair for both groups.
Yeah. But I'm fine with it, but I wanted everybody else's opinion.
No.
Well, if we assume
better, but Leslie,
if we assume that we were going to offer an equal amount to the Star Knights, that would suggest we would be offering 60% of the treasure. Now, we're not doing it for the money, but we want to make
still a good percentage.
Oh yeah,
though.
yeah. What I was going to say is we're not doing it for the money, but we want to make as much money as we can on the side while we're doing good things, at least. Because we've been incurring costs coming here.
Yeah.
Got mouths to feed and stuff.
Yeah.
But if we don't get all the money and the money goes to the Star Knights who are doing good things and to the Octave Arcane who are helping people, then that's not a bad thing.
So it's to meet with Leva tomorrow so we can set up a sending communication between our two groups.
Yeah, she'll probably go over there with her magic tea and insist everyone drinks tea.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
Leva's
why
okay
not?
with it, then we can go ahead with that if that's okay with you, Leva.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And they have a Sir Tirtis's friend like our friend Lafdul, who is
a
going
shady
to look
guy,
into,
the group.
He's going. I'm trying to be as kind of as possible. He's going to be helping look into
Wow.
information on the spy.
Lafdul's that that guy.
Yeah.
Does Lever also need to go to meet the Star Knights and the person from the Company of the Chalice who's got an office?
I do not believe so. We were just going to meet with them when we had the information.
Well, I meant for the purpose of being able to use that sending spell.
We have the Star Knights itinerary, so we know where
Yeah,
they are
we know
going.
I
Yeah,
know, but
the
she
company
can't
that
use her.
Chalice is land base.
She
She
can't
doesn't-
use. Yeah, but we can go and get them.
Yeah, we
Hang
can
on.
just go and get them.
Hang on. She doesn't have the option of using a spell if she's not met them and they're here.
Yeah, but sending is only 25 words or less, so it's mostly that since we don't
Yeah.
have the itinerary of the Octave Arcane, we can't.
You
we
people,
can't.
you act as though it would be really terrible if she met those people and got to meet them.
It's not terrible, but
You
it's
know that it's 25 words is plenty enough to pass on the message,
Yeah.
and there's nothing bad to take advantage of an opportunity that may not come again.
Yeah,
If you
I'm on
want to
Lafdul's
ask for help, then
side.
it does you an awful lot of good if you know that help is 2 days away.
Yeah.
I would suggest that Lever meets everyone that we might want to send a message to under any circumstances, so that we have the option.
We could try to
As a-
set up
as a-
meetings
as a-
then, yeah.
As the player, I'm just laughing because I mean, yes.
I
Yeah.
think,
I mean the
Lever, I think, considering you need to know where these people are, I think you're going to have to take Finn dressed as a parrot on your shoulder, so he can go down this road, turn left.
Would he be invisible if we did that?
I don't know.
No.
I was gonna offer you to have disguise anyway if Lafdul allowed it.
Yeah, well, she could wear the hat as disguise and go with a parrot on her shoulder.
Leva is quite capable of just taking a sip of her invisibility potion and be invisible until they arrive.
Well, they wanted to meet with you on their ship.
It wasn't going to be today, though.
Yeah, it was gonna be tomorrow.
You know she can follow you, even when she's invisible.
I know, but they want.
But it's awfully suspicious when you suddenly start hearing and seeing dust prints suddenly being disturbed as someone's walking up behind someone.
Yeah.
I mean, an alternate situation is that Leva could go deliver the message that if you guys are agreeing to the split with them,
That's true.
then
Yeah.
she can be the one that
She can
delivers
do
that
that too.
information. Just
Yes.
as a side note.
Yeah, she could
Yes.
deliver the information and also set up the sending thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that works.
That's true. That sounds good.
What kind of ship are they on? They're a hammer ship.
Hammer ship. The
So-
ship that Braxon loves so much.
It'd be
Yeah,
an awful
Braxton.
shame if all the members of the Octave Arcane just fell overboard.
Braxton says, "You're after that gadget. You can only have it if we swap ships."
Well, no, the gadget
They'd
is something
easily do
is a
that.
separate thing that they might buy from us after this.
I don't
I was
think they'd ever
joking.
sell that, but
I don't think we'd sell that.
yeah.
It's a thing that I'm not on board with selling. It's a thing they might discuss with us after we're done with the pirates.
oh, you
Yeah.
can find a Rhaegar and have one made.
I think that's the sort of thing that. I think that's the sort of thing that if someone died and we need to have them resurrected and we didn't have the funds for it, we'd
We've got a massive
consider-
emerald that's worth a fortune.
Yeah, we had the emerald still.
Actually, how much is that emerald worth?
I hope
Can't
you guys
remember.
remember it.
It was a few thousand, I believe.
Yeah, but Lafdul could just look at it again. We found that it shrunk. No.
I thought it was at least 5,000.
No, more than that.
Oh wait,
I
10,000.
think.
Yeah.
Fino?
Yeah, 20,000 actually.
Ooh, wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Good thing we still have that.
Leva would like to know whether you are actually turning into a parrot or are you still totally Finnel'ar inside? And can you do everything the animal can actually do as well?
Mostly.
I don't think
which
he can
was
lay
which.
eggs.
I would always assume that he is a male specimen of the whatever he turns into.
It's hard to mimic the voice unless you got full transformation.
So where are you lacking? I mean, you are still Finnel inside, correct?
His plumage is not nearly as nice as the real thing.
I don't know.
You might get pecked one day.
Still me.
No, you might pick him.
I think you may need to be a little bit more specific in your questioning to get answers, because I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. I'm not sure if Finn is sure what you're asking.
I'm asking whether the change into animals that Finn can do gets all the capabilities of the actual specimen that he turns into.
If he
Everything.
turns into a fish, can he breathe underwater?
Yeah, something like that.
Is it a proper transformation?
As far as I know, it is.
So if Finn turns into an eagle, can he see long distances?
Yes.
Right.
Ooh, that's good to know.
Now, I mean,
Fancy.
again, these are just normal animals. He can't turn into
Features.
various monsters and stuff like that. So
You can't turn into an illithid.
they're
He could turn into a spider. Is a giant spider not normal though? D&D?
giant forms of animals are generally not, with the exception of a couple that are, like the giant hyena is the hyenodon, which is a real creature, but he wouldn't be able to turn into any arachnids or arthropods anyway. It's not one of the things he can turn into.
So does that mean that Finn can't turn into a giant space hamster?
A miniature version of one?
Can we call him Boo?
I think I'd have to say that they're not normal.
Right.
What?
Because they're not wild. They're hybridized in various ways. So
They're domesticated too.
He's got to find the original.
he can become
progenitor.
domesticated animals. It's just that there's more going on with the breeding of giant space hamsters than the breeding of cattle, shall we
What
say.
about a miniature giant space hamster?
Even so, it's all from the same stock. A giant space hamster, a regular giant space hamster, would be too big because his max size is black bear, and they're brown bear sized.
Okay. Yeah. And it's going to be a good thing to have their help in trying to figure out information on the pirates anyway. Since we'll be able to cover more bases. And
All right.
they at least seem as skilled or more so than us, so that's always a win.
You would say so. I mean, part of it is just the fact that you were outnumbered.
But I'm talking about when it comes to investigations.
Oh.
They seemed a lot more.
They're more rooted in this sphere.
meticulous.
They've definitely been in Kryn space for a few years. So, and they're not exactly
standing.
Well, I mean, they're an adventuring company that I mean, they're looking for the Spelljammers, so they're gonna go where the leads take them, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So Finnel, or actually Alt, when Finnel turns here, could Leva take Finnel in his animal form as an example of animals that she hasn't seen before that she could use as polymorph self?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lafdul's going to want this when he learns his polymorph self. Finnel'ars are what do you call it? Bestiary for us.
Does
For at
this
least for
mean?
natural animals.
Does this mean Lever's going to sit there every evening, drinking
She's
a cup of tea, saying to Finn, "Do something else. Do something else. Go on. No, you did that the other day. Do something." Can you be a fish? And then he flaps around on the deck, going.
Lever just
Quick,
dumps in a
bring-
barrel of
Bring
alcohol.
a bucket of water.
We can discuss my fee for such things.
Oh wow, selling out.
Nice. I approve.
I mean,
2,000 gold piece per flop.
I mean, it's not like it's completely free to use that. It takes effort and takes time from Finn's busy schedule.
He charges 2,000 gold pieces per embarrassing action.
I think the thing everyone needs to know.
Levi is never going to ask him for an embarrassing act.
I think the thing everyone needs to know is, can Finn turn into a duck?
Well, he can turn to a
Nah.
parrot, so yes.
Probably.
He can't turn into a wooden duck.
All right. So,
Oh, you just cast bark skin on the duck.
is there anything that you guys want to finish up? Anything you want to discuss before the end of the day?
Not that I can think of.
No, where are we going after this?
I think
Well, did we actually agree to their fee?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes.
I'm fine with that, so a vote yes for me.
Obviously, if they're included, are they going to be...
I think
ask them if they've got a schedule that's going to be interrupted, if they need to keep it free or something.
Well, they said that they're going to be here for about
For a
2
week.
weeks for repairs.
Yeah.
I think that we should offer comparable terms to the Star Knights.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's how many groups?
that was the plan, yeah. And I think the company The Chalice is working for free.
You'll basically need to hire the warriors.
Yeah.
You'll need to pay them, but they're not expecting a cut of the.
Yeah, we'll just pay them out of the company funds or something.
Okay,
If-
sounds good.
Yeah,
They're trustworthy hirelings.
yeah. We'll just hire them for this big fight when we get to it.
It's
Yeah.
not only do we lose all the XP, but we lose... Well,
So
Go
I'm
down
okay
now,
with it.
XP.
Braxon, are you okay with it?
Yep.
Finn?
man.
Fine.
Finn,
Most... Oh.
are you okay with them getting a share?
Fine.
Okay, Lafdul?
Yeah, I guess.
Solas?
Yeah, I don't have any problems with it.
Leva?
Yes. 45%
Okay, so-
is an awful lot, though.
Yeah. So I think that's all of us?
Well, giving away 45% and not having lots
Oh no,
of
45% is only if we don't have the Star Knights.
Yeah, but giving away 45% or 30% if we got another group on board and not having a lot of our crew die is worth the money.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
crew's easier to replace, but morality with...
To be fair, either way, we're getting another ship to help us fight a potentially stronger
We're
ship.
not
than
having
ours.
the repair costs directly on us,
We're gonna have the advantage in numbers.
hopefully,
Maybe.
depending on how many ships they've got.
It's still better than going in solo.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're a bigger ship than us, so...
Yeah.
We're a 90-ton in total, though, aren't we, with both ships?
Yeah.
No. 70.
Are we?
I mean, if you
yeah.
launch the other one, then yeah, I guess you do technically have 90 total. But I mean, your shuttle's
Split in
a lot
pieces.
weaker.
Yeah. Technically, we could also launch the flitter and put a bomb on it.
Wow.
Give Braxon the potion of spell jamming and tell him to aim at Red Njord's head.
Okay, so everyone turning in for the night.
Yeah, so let's go.
Aren't we going to the
Ah, yes, getting
taverns?
drunk.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of
Well,
us are.
Leva won't come.
She
Yeah, we're going to
won't.
like the tavern and everything.
Oh, actually, does she have to? Can she say no?
Lafdul will be like,
You can
"Oh,
say no.
I'll buy you a drink."
No. I'm not asking you. I'm asking Old.
Lafdul, are you serious about saying that?
No, it's well, you said no, and I was like, what's well, it'd be more
Are
of a
you
case of
are you
what's-
serious about saying that you'll buy her a drink? You specific, like, is Lafdul saying that to her?
I guess he might have casually mentioned it. He might not have thought anything about it.
Yeah,
She will
Leva,
say,
you have to go.
Lafdul doesn't
"Yes, I'll
know.
come. You buy me a drink."
Solas is starting to get worried about Leva's reactions.
Like,
Well-
even Lafdul was put off a bit. Like, huh? You seemed like you were hesitating a bit there.
So
you don't have to.
real fast, Leva, you don't hesitate to it. You just do it. It's just,
Yes,
hey, we'll go down
but
to the tavern. I'll buy you a drink. Yes.
Bra-
All right, let's
Braxon-
go. Kind
But
of thing.
can't she grumble?
Not really,
Braxon,
because you don't
Oh,
realize
okay.
what's
Braxon's
going
All
on.
right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go.
hang on. Braxon wants to ask the spellcaster something.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to go to taverns to spy on people. So we might be wanting to have drinks to look good with our cover, but we don't want to get drunk. So if any of you guys got a spell, which you may or may not have prepared, that can turn
I can come up with a pouch
alcohol
too, for now.
into stuff that won't be intoxicating.
What, like wine into water or something?
Yeah. And maybe that magical mug of mine will turn beer into water.
There are such
No,
spells,
it
but I
won't
don't know.
do that. Your magical mug only keeps the drink close to the same temperature it was when you put it in there.
I'm
Maybe I
pretty
just
sure
haven't-
your
Maybe I just haven't
perceptive.
found the command word for it yet.
If you really think there's something special, why don't you use the 250 gold pieces per and be certain of it?
That's true.
Instead of coming up with these fantastic powers it doesn't have.
Yeah.
Give him a few drinks that can do anything.
Yeah.
They could turn him
Well, I'm
into a
pretty sure
gorilla. Wait, you said anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're all staying going, I guess.
We're going.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you
Lafdul
gonna
and
do
Leva
more
are obviously
poetry?
going.
Are you
Yeah,
doing more
Solas is
poetry?
He's doing poetry.
Yeah.
Hold on. First of all, when I say hold on, please let me speak. So who is actually going?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
I guess Lepa is.
Yeah, afterwards.
yeah,
Braxon,
I think-
Finn.
yeah.
Finn was initially going to go, but then seeing everybody else is going, he decides somebody should stay back with the ship.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, I was going to say, if Braxon was going to go, he would want someone to talk to, so that he could keep an eye on Ockar
Huh?
while looking like he's looking at someone else.
Okay.
I mean, if almost whole group is going, it's
Yeah,
not
but-
easy, hard to have someone to talk to.
Yeah, no, I don't mean that. I mean, we let Ockar be in there. Was we gonna have him there with a crew person, or do we want to have someone wearing a hat of disguise?
If you
for
got
him
this
to
many
talk to?
people going, then I would say you have enough people to choose out roles for people to take. You don't need a crew
Yeah.
member to do anything. A crew
Fair
member would
enough.
be if it's literally like only one or two people going.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not sure if I should be masquerading as the merchant or not.
No, I don't think you
It's
should.
your decision.
I think.
Well, thing is, are we playing off as a bunch of layabouts, so to speak? Or
Well,
what are we trying to do? We're trying to let information slip, so we're just the mercenaries of the group. the company.
Well, we've only got one of these hats to disguise people, haven't we?
Well, I've got other magic that allows me to change my appearance.
Solas is
Okay.
going as a Solas.
So, well, what
You
I'm
almost sound like a Pokemon.
okay. So what I'm saying with that is that you can make with your magic and your hat, you can make yourself and Ockar look like two crew people that no one's seen before, who come out of our ship, who go to have a drink and complain about being stuck on the ship.
I'd suggest that we pretty much go as ourselves, except Lafdul, who can basically go as a completely random person and check upon us from the sidelines. And we play as the officers of the ship, basically spending the final night and discussing about the coming trip and our coming trip and such.
So you want Lafdul to corrals with other people to say, "Hey, can you overhear them? They're talking about a lot of gems."
Well, basically, I want you to be there as a completely unrelated person and spying on if someone spies us.
I thought we were going to be going with the idea that two people have been on the ship all the time and were guards. Hadn't got off the ship all week.
The problem with that is if they are two different people. Is that it's the shuttle? It's not. There's clearly not have not been that much crew members in it.
I think we can take substantially more people on the shuttle than it's rated for on a short trip.
Carrying like 20 people at the moment.
I think the idea that two people have been below decks for an entire week and haven't been allowed out on deck is not unbelievable.
I personally, I find that a bit suspicious.
Yeah, that's that you're keeping slaves.
Since you are on dock, if you keep people under deck on dock for a week, it's going to raise questions with the authorities.
It's meant to be suspicious enough to be notable for people that.
But not for the authorities.
It's nothing to do with authorities. It's to try and bait in spies. All right. What's your idea? You don't know my idea. What's your idea?
Like I said, we go as the officers of the merchant company, and basically we talk about during the final night there about the company's plans and possibly have some grievances against Lafdul's merchant.
Wow, Lafdul's getting slated. He can't even defend himself.
I mean, these are not real grievances.
Yeah.
Well, is it
say malice?
And
I don't know. I mean, that might work, but is it more realistic that officers would leak information?
Well, if one of them gets drunk and rowdy.
Yeah. I'm buying Lever a drink, but I'm not going to be there. I'm just going to have to here's some money for some drinks.
Here's some money.
Does that work, Old?
I think she's going to have to spend all your money.
The drinks.
Well, I mean, you said so. You said that you'd buy her a drink, and
so
that's what she
I
couldn't say no to, and so that's why she's coming, regardless of anything else. If you get there and decide not to then buy her a drink, well, then things will play out differently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if he gives you some money and says, "Here's some money to buy a drink,"
Lafdul will still buy her a drink.
Is it still valid then?
No, you just can't turn down an offer.
Yes, but if he just gives me the money, that's not really an offer, is
right.
it?
It's not really an offer.
Okay. In that case, she turns around and says, "Nah, I'm not going."
No. Like
you. It's because I can't actually be with you to buy the drink. So when you're there, Lafdul will be like, "Well, I can't obviously be with you to buy the drink. Here's the money for the drinks. Go buy yourself something."
Oh, okay.
And at that point, it's up to you if you buy yourself a drink, I suppose.
All right, Old. How is that to be interpreted?
Well, so
because my intent was to buy her a drink, but obviously I can't be with the group, so I'm just going to have to, give her the money, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of the problem is that the assumption, I think, was that you guys were going, like, not as the officers when he made that offer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
We
I
could still go
guess...
somewhere else. I mean, it's not that we all have to be together.
I mean, I guess you can retcon the offer away.
Yeah, it's fine.
In which case, the Labour won't go.
Yeah, because the plans have changed, so.
No, she won't go unless she's invited. Unless she's being invited for a drink.
Well, if Lever doesn't go, maybe Finn will go.
Yeah, but again, Finn's advantage in going is that he can go as himself, and no one would recognize him because no one's seen him, and that would play into the whole thing of a couple people who've been on the ship, and they're like, oh, I've been here for a week, and only now I'm allowed to get out and drink, but that kind of thing.
Well, Lever hasn't been seen very often either, since she was mostly invisible.
Yeah, but you don't want to go.
All right, let's iron out exactly what's happening first, and then we'll decide how an offer to Leva will work.
So my suggestion was that we go there as basically the officers celebrating our final evening and having a drink, and perhaps one or two have a bit too much, and they start talking about perhaps things that were meant to kept a secret. And during that time, basically, Lafdul, as disguised with his hat and proficiency, would be making sure that if we are being spied,
keeping tabs on the group.
Yeah, that was my suggestion.
Poor Lafdul, the guy who wanted to drink, doesn't get to drink. It's fine. I can buy me an alcohol.
I mean, you just bought
I know
4 tons of alcohol.
All right, so this is what Solas is saying, but I'm not hearing any agreement here. Even I'm not hearing what else. Okay, so I'll go and I'll be talking about this. I'll be saying this kind of thing. So I understand your reasons for not saying anything, Braxon. You had a different idea and stuff like that, but
I don't really know what to do in this idea. I mean, I'll go along if someone's got an idea for it, but it seems to me that if there was a lot of officers, one of them will go, shh, don't say that in port. You'll get someone giving information to pirates or something. But yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, and most people want to do that, that's fine.
Well, does the group want to vote on which of the two plans is done then?
I would. Obviously, me and Solas are going to vote for our own ideas.
Things. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ockar, which of the two plans would you prefer to do?
What were the two plans again? So
basically, my plan was that we go there as the officers that we've been playing during this week, and basically it's our final night at the port, and we celebrate, and perhaps one or two get too drunk and start talking loudly about things that perhaps not should be said out loud.
And the other plan?
Brax's plan was that we have a couple of people that haven't been seen leave the ship, and there are supposed to be a couple of guards that have been kept below decks all week guarding the expensive cargo, and they're unhappy because they've had all week in port and this is their only chance to get to the pub.
I think I'll go with plan 1.
All right, Leva?
Even if you don't go personally, you can still say which plan is the one you support.
I think the one where we play at having. Where we go and complain.
As the officers?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Lafdul.
Take Kami's plan.
Okay. Finn?
I think I'd go with Solas's plan.
Okay.
Oh, Solas, yeah.
That's 5-1 then.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Okay, so who would be the ones getting drunk? How are you going to handle it?
Drink alcohol.
What are you going to
That's how
say?
you drink, right?
First of all, who is getting drunk? One or two? All of you? How do you want to do it?
Which one of us are going to be actually there? So Lafdul is being there on the sidelines.
This is the whole idea, and it's like, yeah, Lafdul will be like buying people drinks. Yeah, well, I mean, I can't drink obviously if I'm keeping tabs on it, but I'll buy everyone a drink. It's at that point. That's how I would word it. I'm buying everyone a drink that goes.
All right, Leva says, okay, let's go.
Ald?
Yep.
Just a quick question.
Mhm.
Could Finn use his herbalism to come up with something that could neutralize the effects of alcohol?
Yeah, that's something Lafdul wanted to do as well. You could get a purgative, but that's not exactly something you want.
I will say that you can generate something that'll give you guys like a +1 to a Constitution check.
It's charcoal generally does, but
Well,
it's not pretty.
No, I mean it's not a purgative. It's not something to make you vomit. It's just something to like
slow down the alcohol basically affecting you.
Yeah, slow down the absorption kind of thing.
So that you could make it appear that you're getting more drunk than you really are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll try to come up with that then.
Okay, go ahead and give me an herbalism check.
Is this a solo venture or?
Yeah, he's the one that came up with the idea. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you can make enough doses for whoever's going.
Okay.
So everyone
I'll distribute that out.
Yeah, everyone who goes will get a +1 to the Constitution check to see if they actually get drunk or not.
Okay.
All right. So Lafdul's going as like a unrelated person who's kind of like worked the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just just a sailor. He's got his.
Someone not from your ship. That's all that matters at this point. All right. So who else is going?
Solas can go, and I can be one of those people that get drunk and talk too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Basically playing it off as you won't believe these profit margins that I'm calculating we to have.
It's actually negative.
I guess
It's
Leva is going.
-1 billion.
That sounded like an invite for a drink, so Leva, I guess, is going.
Okay.
Braxon
do you want only one person to get drunk, or do you want more people to get drunk?
Well, if there is four of us that's actually in the group, there can be at least 2 who get drunk, and 2 who play more drunk than they are.
All right. Who wants to be the other person who pretends to get drunk?
I guess since someone already offered a drink to Leva, she's going to be the second person.
So Solas and Leva gets drunk.
Okay.
The problem is she's going to really get drunk.
Yeah, I know. You can't say no.
Don't forget the +1 to the Constitution.
All right. Ockar and Braxon, you're going to go and what is your guys' reaction going to be to them getting drunk and talking too much?
Well,
I'm just going to be exasperated.
are we all going to sit close to each other, or are we going to sit?
Table.
Well, it sounds like the idea is that you guys are going as a group and are talking to each other.
Okay.
Basically, I'm just going to be like the overly serious one who gets kind of exasperated by their drunken antics and tell them
The
to
dad of the group.
keep their mouth shut.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I was thinking. Is
Okay.
if we had a couple, and I'm not saying to do it this way because it's not my plan. If we had two people sitting at a table getting drunk and saying too much, and we had two people from the ship that weren't right on top of them but were fairly close, they'd have an excuse to come over and tell them to shut up.
Well, I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Do you want to do that or go as an
It's,
entire group?
That's doable, or we can also be in the same group, but basically Braxon and Ockar is having a conversation while Leva and Solas are drinking and having conversation, and at some point you'll just notice that we are perhaps spilling out information. And
Yeah, that works.
That's okay. Yeah, we can do that.
All right, so are you going to a dive bar, or are you going to kind of a moderate sailor's pub? Like
Within walking distance of our place of sleep.
I think we are doing this closer to the ship.
Well, I mean, you need this to be in a place where people who deal with ships goes. If you go close to, if you go close to your inn, you're dealing with more along the lines of townsfolk and travelers overland kind of thing, or well, underland.
Isn't Lafdul our expert on cities?
No more than any other party member.
Yeah, he does not have any expertise on cities himself.
Okay, what I mean is, we don't call him a thief, but he's a thief. He's
Anyone could go to a city bar.
Yes.
Yeah, but you recognize them better.
Yes, that's what I mean.
You can, you guys can easily recognize a CD bar. The question is whether you want to go to a CD bar or whether you want to go to a bar that's not CD but still caters to the sailor type.
I think we want to go
ship's crew and stuff like that.
I think we want to go somewhere where there's sailors, other people that might overhear things.
Yes.
Not the seediest type.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
maybe CD's better.
When I say CD bar, I'm talking about a CD sailor's bar.
Yeah.
Or a non-CD sailor's bar. It's the quality of the bar that I'm talking about. What?
So, if Lafdul, where would you go if you was trying to pick up information?
The most popular bar in town with the sailors. What seems to be generating the most.
So that's where we should go.
Interest. You just go where the crowd goes.
Mm-hmm.
So
you ask around on the streets. Hey, where's
the so again, bar? Here's the problem: is that like the most popular bar with the sailors themselves is gonna tend towards the seedier side because those are cheaper.
Yeah. So
you go there though.
Okay. They're also more likely to have like bar brawls and stuff like that.
Lafdul will say
that's good.
Be careful with your belongings. That kind of place tends to get a lot of people that like to relieve you of your goods. So
All right, so you go to one of the seedy bars near the docks, and
Maybe we shouldn't take a lot of stuff.
no, it's just keep an eye on that. That's all I'm saying.
Solas hasn't been carrying too much of his stuff
You
with him.
can't carry too much.
Yeah, and also it would look a bit suspicious if the scribe would carry a huge armament of stuff.
And so there,
I'm
it's
going to be keeping an eye on the group. But...
It's pretty well packed. Lafdul, how are you going?
I am going to go as he's kind of like a mercenary / sailor. He's like, I don't know, maybe like I'll not say a bounty hunter, but a rough and tumble kind of guy, but sober. He has a drink. He has a bit of R&R, but he's a rougher sailor, I guess.
Okay.
But not, not
what race?
Half elf with a slight stubble.
Okay. All right.
Male, obviously.
Yeah. So you guys go. Lafdul, did you want to get there first, or did you want to get there after they got there?
I go after, so I can keep an eye on who's tailing them.
Okay.
If they are being tailed.
All right. So you find a bar. It is called the Broken Chisel.
That sounds like a
Great
place to get into a fist fight.
And it is it's a pretty smelly place. Definitely some people have had too much to drink over the years. And that has kind of permeated into the walls and everything like that. It is a kind of a rambunctious place. There is a minstrel in one corner playing some music. Pretty standard, sea shanties, limericks, that sort of thing. Not singing with the playing, just playing. But it's kind of hard to hear over the chatter and the talking and the laughing and the arguing and everything like that going on in the tavern. But you do find a table. You have to push someone off, onto the floor who's had too much to drink. But
this place is full then. Like
it's pretty full. I mean, you still they found a table that wasn't full, so it's not like packed, but it's reasonably crowded. Yeah, I mean it's got a good selection of people.
That means Lafdul could pickpocket a few people while he's here.
Yeah. And a dwarven barmaid comes up. All right, what you want?
4 pints of your most popular ale.
4 pints.
And the rest of you?
That was for each of us. One for each, basically.
She gives a raucous laugh and kind of slaps you on the shoulder. I got that. That was a joke of my own. All right, we'll be out shortly.
It's actually certain where the evening ends.
Interception?
Yeah, if you want to.
Leva was asked for another drink, wasn't she? For the rest of you.
I suppose so.
I'm not exactly sure what you're saying.
She's saying that the woman.
I'm saying that that even though it was a joke, she was asked for another drink. She was asked whether she wants another drink.
Yeah, I mean you can.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What you want then?
I'll take another ale.
All right, I'll be out shortly.
You're planning on drinking fast.
A couple minutes pass, and then she comes back out with some sturdy clay mugs, 4 of them filled. Wait, did you all get ale? What did you ask for, Solas? I'm sorry.
4 pints of ale.
And then Leva asked for ale, right?
Yeah.
All right. So 5 pints of ale. And she just kind of plops them down in the center of the table. And then
Solas
is gone.
eagerly takes his.
Braxon looks at Lever and says, are you planning to drink one with each hand?
Could she? I don't think she'd be strong
Too
enough.
crazy.
I mean, you could drink one and then put it down and drink from the other one. Drink,
Yeah.
alternate.
That sounds like a good idea. She'll do that.
Solas is internally a bit worried, but plays the situation off as well. She's planning on having fun tonight.
I shall not be outdone by you. 20 ales.
Okay. All right. So are you guys starting to drink your ales?
Solas is.
All right.
I guess we are.
Is that before or after the purgative?
I'm assuming that you've already taken it. And you've taken one as well.
Yeah,
it's not
the diluent or whatever it is.
It's just slowing down the absorption of the alcohol.
God, that's gonna stick in your stomach for a while.
All right, so I mean it's herbs.
Well, I made the alcohol.
So Solas, it's not great ale.
Yeah, I was suspecting that.
It's pretty strong though.
That also was something I was suspecting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So everyone can give me a charisma check. I mean, not a charisma check, constitution check with a... So it'll actually be a -1 to reduce the roll.
Did their rings help?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually going to be an 11, not a
Yes.
13.
I succeed.
Oh, can we just press the Constitution to get that to work? Oh yeah, ability.
Might just PM'd it to the DM though.
No, I saw a thing from Lever.
I have a macro.
Oh, you have a macro, right? That's why yours looks prettier than mine.
Ockar?
I guess just
Constitution check.
Constitution
You're
check.
drinking, so...
Let me just check my con before I roll.
With a -1 bonus.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the -1 bonus.
That's fine.
You're at your score.
I'm still good.
Okay. Leva, was that a success for you or not?
Is it low or high?
You want to get lower.
Okay, then it just 11 versus 12.
Okay. All right. Now, Leva, because you had 2 pints, I'm going to need a second one from you.
Let me see. I just go for the D20. Oh well. Oh yeah, I feel so drunk today.
Oh yeah, with a 20, you are smashed. Leva cannot handle her drink.
Clearly.
Does this mean she's going to be useful and leak the information we want, or?
What do you mean about the gems and stuff? Yeah, sure.
Now you guys can start role-playing out
Right,
what
yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Well, Solas is talking with Leva, and do we have to actually have the conversations, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have the conversation.
You don't believe what kind of profits I calculated that we are getting for our trip back.
Profit? Wow. Tell me how much?
It's in the thousands easily. We are probably going for even 10K.
And Lafdul, if you're doing
Wow.
anything to help the situation, you need to let me know.
At the moment, I'm just scanning the situation. But yeah, is there a? I would have got a drink as well, actually.
Alright.
So I don't know if I need to roll, but I'm just getting the one at the moment.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, roll. It's pretty strong stuff.
Would I have taken the positive or not?
Yes, you would have.
Again, it's not purgative.
I defaults for some reason.
Herbal remedy. Is that a success?
All right. Yeah, success easily.
Okay.
For me.
If it was purgative, you would basically be vomiting it out.
All right. So, Ockar and Braxon, how are you reacting? You guys can role play out what's going on.
Don't blab. Just stay quiet and drink.
Shh. Yes. So stay quiet about the gems. Shh.
I
Quiet.
literally
Why? Visibly facepalm.
Why quiet? Let's people know.
We don't want them to. We don't want pirates to know about these gems. Shh.
Okay, I shut up.
The barmaid comes back, circling by. Can I get you some more?
Yes, it's quite good.
Yes.
I think they might have had a bit too much as is.
Braxon's going to have nursed his beer, so he doesn't want another one yet.
Solas buys more. Basically one for him and Eleva.
Okay.
Lafdul's he's looking around for some like ruffians. It's not ruffians. It's kind of like,
I think.
Hey, listen to them. Can you hear? You heard what they just said? He's kind of spreading that.
Okay. So we'll get to you in a second, Braxon.
Yes, sorry.
So you kind of find some rougher sailors and kind of butt into their conversation and be like, "Hey, did you hear what they said? What did you talk about?"
Yeah, that you heard what they're loading, like a load of gems and stuff. I'm looking for like the seedier types, kind of, not like yes, like they're. Well, I mean, I thought they were just there for some typical trading. They got a load of valuables. Yeah.
Give me a.
I'm not sure how I meant to word this, to be honest.
Give me a wisdom check. Actually, give me a charisma check.
Is that with +4 because I know customs or not?
No.
Aww. 1d20.
No, because these people are not locals.
Charisma is 15.
Okay.
My reaction is +3.
Yeah, no, that doesn't come into this.
Yeah.
It's just a charisma check. Gems, well, they must be pretty lucky. Must be doing well for themselves.
Yeah, it'd be a shame if something to happen to them. Lafdul sees how they react upon saying that.
Hey, boys, sounds we got some high rollers over here. They should be buying us all around. This one just shouts out to the entire the entire tavern. Someone else, like on the other side, calls it, "What? Someone's buying around?"
No.
Oh, shame I don't have my chaos.
Lafdul causes a bar brawl to break out.
So, Ockar, you're specifically speaking up loud so that they can hear that you're not buying them around?
I'm just saying, these two are drunken idiots. Ignore them.
A couple others are saying, "Someone was talking about buying around. Where's my drink?"
Oh god, what have you got us into? Is they still in character?
Lafdul will be like, yeah, well, actually, would I say that? Yeah, they sound loaded.
I mean, these drinks are only a copper each, so...
Yeah. Yeah, but when you got a bar of like 200 patrons or something.
It's not 200. It's like 30. It's not a gigantic place.
Mm-hmm.
So? Party's reaction?
Well, if the barmaid comes in good timing, Solas will be round of drinks to celebrate our success.
So you are buying everyone around in the bar?
Yeah, since they are only copper piece.
Okay. There's a cheer goes up as the barmaid announces that everyone is in fact getting a round of drinks. And she comes back with
That's on top of the pint that I already ordered, so I'm getting 2 pints now.
Yep. So she brings back a round for each of you as well. So Braxon, you said that you were nursing your first one. Have you finished that one at this point?
Well, how late is this? Because I was going to say at the same time that they were talking about the other stuff that I was supposed to be talking to Ockar, we could just talk about the beer. We've bought beer.
Good beer.
Lafdul wants to do something.
All right, well, hold on, let him finish.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, basically, if the others want to leak out that we're carrying gems, that's one thing. But we can have a normal conversation that we've got some alcohol as cargo, and we can have a conversation about whether we've been sold stuff that's good or not. And then when the barmaid comes over, we could just say, "What do you think about this beer?"
I guess we could, yeah.
This beer.
Well, so first, you may have missed that Lafdul convinced a couple of the other patrons that you guys had
that we were going to buy around.
Yeah, and Solas agreed. So it's getting more raucous in here now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lafdul wants to play into this. He's going to come over to the group. He's like, "Hey, are you looking for mercenaries? I mean, it sounds like you could use some more mercenaries if you got these gems. I mean, I'm down on work at the moment."
And while this is
Lafdul says this
happening,
reasonably loud when he says this.
While this is happening, hold on a second. While this is happening, various other patrons are kind of like, from wherever they're sitting, they're toasting to the good fortune that you guys have had that means that you can afford to buy everyone around, kind of thing. So, that's kind of like going on in the background. People are obviously talking about you guys having money to buy everyone around.
Yeah.
All right. So are you kind of scarred? Kind of maybe a broken nose or something like that, Lafdul?
Yeah,
you look like you've been in a lot of fights.
He's an experienced sailor.
Okay,
he can handle his own. Or maybe not.
Go on, Ockar.
I'm just gonna look down my drink and let Braxton handle this.
Okay, so Ockar's Braxton's
you obviously know who I am, but
Braxton's going to stand up and lean over to Solas and say, "Hey, what do you think you're doing telling everyone you're going to buy him around?"
He already did, didn't he?
It's just to celebrate our good success. Don't be such a skinflint.
So, Ockar, were you also nursing your drink?
Yes.
Okay, so, Ockar and Braxon, you have, your original one's half full in front of you, and you have the other one in front of you. Now it's full. And two more have been brought for Solas. Another one has been brought for Leva.
Is she still capable of actually drinking it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not drunk. You're not unconscious.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
All right.
Terrible.
Give me another Constitution check. This time with a plus
You're gonna get
3.
alcohol poisoning.
No, that just black out.
What was the
Leva,
modifier?
For Leva, plus 3.
Do I get modifier?
You get your normal -1.
Oh, she
Okay.
sobered up again.
No, you're just
No,
you're not getting more
hanging in
drunk.
there. The decent.
That's a success for me.
Okay.
What's your con? Like 15.
15.
Oh.
All right. So Lafdul, you've come over and spoken up. What is how's the
yeah.
party reacting to, this mercenary that you're pretending to not know coming up and loudly offering his services?
Solas just looks at the mercenary with like he doesn't recognize him, and then looks at the captain and shrugs and continues chatting with Leva.
We were thinking about hiring people, weren't we?
Yeah.
From here?
And we haven't arranged it yet, have we?
No.
Technically not.
We weren't sure if we were going to get spies.
I know. Well,
We know who afterwards. So. Maybe
So-
not the drunken members.
so Braxon can wave. Braxon can wave the mercenary away and say, "Look, we're not interviewing for potential crewmen until tomorrow.
Oh, that's,
Don't be bothering us. We're just having a drink here."
Where do I sign up tomorrow? I'm down for signing up. If the pay's good, looks like you pay good. Can I check for wisdom on whether or not I would say, is that so and so your ships? Because do I sign up there? Because I don't know if this is a good or bad idea if I say that.
I mean,
because I obviously know the name of a ship, and I'm just going to say, "Oh, do I sign up outside one of your ships? Do I flag down one of your crewmen?"
this is the kind of thing where it's your personal decision. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other whether that's a good idea or not.
Okay, so Braxon's gonna put his hand on Lafdul's shoulder, assuming that won't break the illusion.
No.
And say a little too loud for how he should. Look, we're just trying to come here to have a quiet drink. We don't want all and sundry coming up to ask for hiring on his crew. If you want to do that, you come down to the name of our ship. We'd still got the pommel on the ship, or did we change it?
No, the pommel is your old one. You're on the hilt.
The hilt, sorry.
Pommel was the wasp.
Yeah, sorry. You come down to the hilt at the docks in the morning, and smarten yourself up before you do it.
What's wrong with my outfit? Yeah, fine. Hey,
anyway,
you pay good, right? Where are you off to?
Look, just go away and leave us to drink in peace.
And grumbles to himself. Walks off a little, I guess.
All right, so Braxon, you sit back down.
Yeah, sit back down and try and carry on talking to Ockar.
Barmaid's back. Can I get you?
Oh.
Can I get you another one?
Not at the moment, but could you answer a question
says,
about
yes,
some
please.
of the?
All right, she's waiting for you to ask your question.
Yeah, could you answer a question about some of the beer we've heard about here? So, how many? Well, I don't know how many beers we bought, but Braxon says
we bought 4 tons of it.
I know we bought 4 tons of it. All right. Well, he's going to reel off the names of some of the beer we bought and say, "Is that beer any good? Is that the sort of beer you sell? Is it classy?"
It's a lot better than you'll find in a dump like this. I'll be back with you. I'll be back with your drink in just a moment, hun.
Okay. So
he says to you,
he turns to Ockar before she goes and says loud enough for her to hear. Seems like we didn't get sold a bad deal on that stuff we bought.
Solas asks before the maid goes, Do you have any salty snacks?
We only serve beer here. We only serve drinks here.
Pity.
And she'll be
then
back in a.
bring me
Oh,
bring
yep.
me a bring me a glass of good dwarven liquor.
She says she kind of cracks up at that and says,
Yeah, get out of here.
"I'll bring you some lager. Whether it's good or not."
Liquor.
And then she's gone.
Liquor, lager, same sort of thing.
And she'll be back a couple minutes later with another drink for Leva and another drink for Solas. Leva, another Constitution check. +4 this time. Solas, +1 this time.
Keeping an eye on the group, even though I've gone off to the side.
All right.
And if anyone's looking at them. Obviously
Okay.
they are.
So that is fine.
Well,
Somehow.
you're not fine, but
You probably need to use a restroom by now.
Soonish.
I think you'd have to carry Leva to there.
Be right back.
all right. So
I
what are you
said
guys gonna do?
Ockar needs to use one.
I mean,
Clearly.
like, is there more that you guys want to do here at the bar? Or is this just an excuse to get Solas and Leva smashed? Because that's kind of what it seems like at this point.
This bar needs very...
It seems like Solas's plan to get Lever smashed.
So Solas will
He
continue.
succeeded. He succeeded.
Solas will continue with the conversation now that he's drunk more. That you won't believe the profit we are going to be making when we go and sell all those valuables on a green.
Leva introduces valuables.
They will bring such a profit to us. And the beverages that we are getting tomorrow for transport are also going to be bringing us good profits.
I'm making sure they're not being pickpocketed when they keep saying that.
That's fine.
I don't think Leva would notice.
No, that's why I'm doing it.
I mean, there's still people periodically toasting your good fortune as they're drinking their drinks. A couple of them calling out, telling you that you should buy the whole bar another round.
Solas is at the moment too into the conversation with the clearly sentient Leva.
Yeah, sentient.
Sentient.
Waffles, yeah.
Okay. And barmaid comes back, asks if you guys want more.
Yes, please.
Oh, good God.
I think this will be the last round that we buy for the whole place.
She smiles and says, "Another round for everyone," and comes back to as everyone in the tavern is cheering. She comes back to deposit 4 more ales for you all. Well, you got a lager this time, Solas.
How far away is that minstrel?
He's in the corner.
Uh,
He cannot be heard at all now. Like, this place has gotten really lively now. Yeah, Solas?
One question.
Mhm.
Was it so that silver and copper pieces are basically the same?
No, just copper.
Okay, just copper.
Yeah. The bronze pieces are the equivalent of silver.
Okay.
And I'm going to need a constitution check at a +3 penalty for you, Solas.
Will I finally feel the alcohol?
Nope.
Not really.
All right, and Leva, this is going to be +7.
Plus, oh, God.
Quite literally.
Plus,
Yeah.
She fails by 2.
I don't think she's going to be casting any spells tomorrow.
Yeah, Leva, give me another Constitution check, just a normal Constitution check.
You pass out.
Oh my God.
No, you don't pass out, but you do kind of lose everything that you've eaten today all over the floor.
Oh,
God.
Solas at that point mentions that I think that's our cue to leave.
So you have to really, really, really help Leva back to her room. Solas, you're beginning to feel it pretty strong as well. Not quite there, but things are getting a little distorted. You're a little bit wobbly. Braxon and Ockar, did you drink more than like the half or so that you
no.
did? Okay.
Braxon will give his drink to someone else at some point.
Braxon, Ockar at least finished a mug.
Okay. All right, so let's see. That's going to be 2 times 30 for Solas, and how many other drinks were you guys brought?
Well, I paid for a round, so it's going to come up with me.
All right, well that comes. Then you pay for that yourself. There, 1 copper piece.
Let's see. I bought the first 4. Then I bought the round, and this is 38 about for me.
Well, you bought 2 rounds for the entire.
Yeah. Oh, 68.
60.
Yeah. All right.
68 about.
So
So I will make it even 70 and give 2 copper pieces for the barmaid as a tip.
Leva, how much do the people, the other party members, extract from your purse to pay for your drinks?
I forget.
Solas paid Leva's drinks.
You paid for Leva's drinks?
Yeah, I calculated that.
Well, you bought the first 4.
Yeah, and
She had a lot more. She had quite a few more. Every time that the maid came, the waitress came and asked, so she said, "Yeah, yes, please."
I think you started off with 2, didn't you? Then you went one
Yeah,
each
and
round.
she started off
Yes.
with 2.
Yes.
So I think you had
Well,
5, Leva. So Solas, you paid for all that?
yeah.
Okay.
Still cheaper than Lafdul, what you had to pay out yesterday.
And then it'll end up being, I think, 2 extra copper pieces for Braxon and Ockar.
Two copper pieces.
And you guys return to your quarters. Your
Braxon returns to the ship, and the rest of the group returns to the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leva,
can we-
you're going to have a pretty massive hangover the next day.
Oh. Can she still learn her spells?
Yeah.
This sun is so terrible today.
Just going to have a massive hangover. Which
There
may
any
have some
spells that
penalties,
help?
but we'll see what those are when we get to that.
Does neutralize poison or cure disease help with that? Because I would memorize it.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Is there a cure inebriation spell?
There might be, but it's not common.
Would Finnel know that? Leva sort of stumbled into his room. Finnel, can you help?
No, you did not stumble into his room. Number one, I think, Finn, were you staying on the ship?
Yeah, I'm still on the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Finn is completely unaware that Leva got very smashed at the He may ask Braxon how it went or something like that.
Can we make a big show of helping Lever back to the tavern she stayed in?
It is a bit of a show.
It'll be a bit of a show anyway. Yeah.
Are people following them?
Give
Obviously,
me
I'm
a
following
wisdom
them.
check.
Obviously, I am, but I might attempt to hide in shadows, I guess.
Okay. If anyone is following them, you don't notice. Lafdul.
Yeah. I'd obviously hang around outside for a while.
Yeah. But, I mean, you guys have to basically help Leva into her bed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we wrap up the session. So
during the trip back to our tavern, Solas basically lists all the complaints he has of the quality of the beer he just drank and said, the things that I sacrifice for this company.
There's a
Dignity's not one of them.
lot of complaints. Yeah, there's a lot of complaints. It's strong but not great.
Mm-hmm.
Ale. So, that is going to come out to 1,000 experience points each.
Oh. 1,000.
That was easy. Number to add.
Yeah.
Well, at least I got us some allies today, and then we did this.
I mean,
This.
we don't know. That might have worked perfectly.
I mean, you certainly are going to cause some gossip, whether it turns into anything or not. You don't know, but you've definitely made a scene.
I was just making fun.
The Star Knights will be like, oh, they're a bunch of layabouts. I don't want to work with them.
Quite possibly. All right, anyone going up a level?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so, but I gotta ask. Yay, Finn isn't at 99 anymore. Good times. Anyway.
I need to check to see when Paladin goes up a level.
The answer is not yet.
Yeah, probably not yet.
Answer is always not yet.
All right, so when we come back next time, we'll have basically like a partial day in port. You guys will get the delivery of the alcoholic beverages that you purchased, and then head off on the next leg. I want to thank you guys for playing. Thanks everyone out there for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week. See you then.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for the game.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks